chicken, fries, ketchup, and pop. Amen? That's his order. And Isaiah, and probably the reason he wants a 3-course meal before he goes to bed is because he won't eat all day. I mean, I never see the kid eat so much, right? He's like, can I have a snack? I'm like, yeah, what do you want? It's like, I want a bunny sandwich, a peanut butter sandwich, and a bowl of cereal. I'm like, what do you want in the world? That's not a snack. But, we're at Burger King. I lost my train of thought there for a minute. We're at Burger King. I forgot my story. Man, it was a good one, too. Well, maybe God will bring it back to my remembrance. Get it? Memorial Day? I guess somebody got it. Whatsoever things are of good report, think on these things. Amen. I'm looking at Steph, but she probably didn't know where I was going. Go, her thoughts ain't my thoughts. Oh, the cheeseburger thing. There we go. Got it. Samuel ate a cheeseburger yesterday, but yet my other 2 kids won't eat it. And I told her, you need to take a picture and put it on Facebook. And she did it. She's like, you are what you eat, our little Whopper. Amen. That's what we put. And, kids just crack me up. There's never a dull moment at the Loudermilk house. And 90% of the stuff don't even come from yours truly. And as goofy as I am, my kids, they'll pull some quick ones. Amen. I think it's about the sneakiest person I have ever met. I mean, he is so sneaky. We'll go to the store and we'll all buy candy. Amen. Even I'll buy candy for me, she'll buy candy for her. Now, I said, we'll only pick one of 2 things. Reese's Cups or Airheads. Amen. Now, if you are what you eat, amen. Even Sandy said that. But he is so smart. What he does is, he eats all his candy before we even get home. I know that's not good for his teeth or whatever, but he does this. And he does this so when he gets home, he can rob everybody else's candy. Amen. Now, I should have took the page out of that book. Amen. That's pretty smart thinking. And the other day, he got mad. Now, this is one thing I don't understand is he took a toy he loved to play with that Isaiah was playing with. He took it from Isaiah. He took the toy. Amen? And he said, I'm going to play with this. But then Isaiah turned around and took it right back from Isaac. Well, then Isaac goes and cries to Mom and says, Isaiah took my toy. But she was like, well, you took it from him. And then he said, you don't take toys from people. I was like, yeah, you need to obey your own laws, buddy. It doesn't make any sense a lot of times. When these kids, what in the world is their mind? And Samuel, I can't imagine what he's thinking. He's like, all we do is go to church, then we go to Burger King, and then we go to church again, then we go to McDonald's. He sits in the chair and he knows it's time to eat. Amen? Now, why am I telling all these stories about Samuel is we need to try things we've never tried before. Amen? Now, we've spent a lot of our life complaining. Now, don't give me those looks. I know y'all, we ain't got no complainers in here? Well, I got some looks on that one, Mr. Cat. And we spent a lot of our life thinking about bad things. And we spent a lot of our time arguing with our spouses. I know there ain't nobody in here. Amen. Let's try something different. Why don't we think about the good things? Just try it. You know what I tell people that won't get saved? It's be like, I don't know if I want to get saved. I'm like, man, just try it. Just try Jesus for 30 days. Everybody knows Frisch's is the... Frisch's needs to work out a contract because they're like the... How do you word that? They're like the fellowship hall for the churches. Amen? You go into the church, there's other church people there at Frisch's. Amen? You can have church at Frisch's. Amen? He took me out to Frisch's and we were going to pay our bills. He's like, just try our church for 30 days. He's like, money back guarantee. I was like, I'm going to pay to come to your church? And he was just messing with it. Now we tried it for 30 days, and the kids absolutely love it. I mean, they actually take the kids upstairs, and they let the kids have their own little service. And they bring it down to their level, and the kids love it. That was a big thing for us, is we wanted our kids to get more involved in the church. And the other day, they had to cancel they call it Kids Zone. That's what they call their little thing they go there. And they had to be canceled because the teacher went there. No, it was Mother's Day, and they wanted the kids to stay in the sanctuary for Mother's Day. Well, we see our kids on worship. I mean, they were raising their hands and they were worshiping with us. And I thought, man, they want me over right there, you know? And now they're working me better. I got to play drums, I got to play bass, I got to sing, I got to teach, I got to preach. I'm like, man, if I want to know that, I would have canceled my contract. I'm kidding. But, just try 30 days. Only thinking good reports. Now, it's going to be hard to do at first. One time I fasted for 21 days. I fasted from speaking negative remarks. Boy, I felt miserably the first week. I didn't realize how much I complained. I did it more than I thought I did. And I had to stop, and it was funny because it worked out right in the middle of all that. I got my injury. And go figure, I can't think that, And, but let's think on the good reports. Let's remember, we'll celebrate Memorial Day for what it is. And it's to think about those people that's went on. And look, I'm the first one that, I miss my grandma, and I miss my great-grandma, and I miss the ones, my Uncle Jack that's went on, and I miss them dearly. But you know what? If I just hold on a little bit longer, I get to see them again. Amen? That's going to be the ultimate, that's going to be like a church of Palooza when we get up there. Amen? I mean, we're going to get to see all of our loved ones. We're going to get to see these people we just get to read about and put these pictures in our minds of what we think happened on that day. And, when Moses went to the Red Sea, I got a picture in my head of what that might have looked like. And surely, we all do that when we read. We use our imagination. But, I finally get to put a face on Moses. Amen. I finally get to put a face on Noah, who made the ark. I finally get to put a face on Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and on Daniel and David. I get to put faces on these, and I want them to tell me their story. I want to know more in depth of even what this Bible can tell us. But most of all, I get to put a face on Jesus. Amen. Amen. I want to spend a little bit of time over there, talking to Jesus and thanking Him and praising Him for everything He's ever done for me. And you know what? When I get up there and I get to His face, I'm not going to talk about why He made me go through all the bad things. I'm going to be thanking Him for bringing me through them. Amen. So if we're going to do it up there, why don't we do it down here? Right. Amen. Let's remember what Jesus did for us. Yes. Amen. And you know what? He may never do anything else for you down here, but we still need to thank Him for saving our soul. Yeah. That was the ultimate sacrifice. Amen. He deserves everything that we can ever give Him for dying on that cross for us and for giving us freedom and for giving us victory. He did that for more than just our salvation. That was the main purpose, but He did that so you could have victory over your problems. He did that so you could have freedom over your finances. He did that so, if you live the whole week and you're able to keep $1 out of your paycheck for the previous week, you got the victory. You know why? Because I've got plenty of weeks where at the end of the week, I got negative $10 in the bank. I don't have the victory at that moment. Right. But when God makes a way, well, there seems to be no way. That's what I want to remember. Amen. Right. Amen. Right. And I can sit here all day and tell you testimony after testimony after testimony of what God has brought just me and my wife through. And we can sit here all day and we could all testify about the goodness and the glory of God. But you know what? Why don't you testify to Jesus? Amen. Say, you know what, Jesus? I thank you for that time I didn't have food on my table and you provided. I thank something that gives God glory.
Amen.
A testimony is not something that gives the devil glory.
That's right.
I get people that say, no, anybody got a testimony? Well, the devil's been on my back all week. He's been beating me up all day long, and I just ain't got no money in the bank, and my car's broke down, and thank you, Jesus. And I'm scratching my head. I just want to get a hold of these people. What are you thinking? You're not thinking good report.
That's right.
Let me read that scripture one more time. Finally, brethren, now this ain't wrong. This is the Bible. Amen. Whatsoever things are true, that means if you're going to miss church, don't come up some night with your cats.
Amen.
If you don't feel like coming, just call Pastor Kid and say, look, man, I'm just tired. He'll have more respect for you. Whatsoever things are honest, we go again, no cats. Whatsoever things are just, amen. Whatsoever things are pure, amen. Think on the pure things, not the impure. Think on